Hey, what's going on, everyone? What's going on? You know what I got to do first. I have to check to make sure everything's working correctly. Make sure my Instagram, Facebook, all of that, LinkedIn is working correctly. Instagram doesn't seem to be working correctly. That is a no go for me. Let's check LinkedIn real quick. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see. Okay. Are we good on LinkedIn? Yep. We're good on LinkedIn. Let's look at Instagram again. Okay, Instagram's not working, but hey, we're gonna move forward. If y'all can see and hear me, put the LUs in the chat. I want to make sure everybody can see and hear me. Okay, LU, that's what's up. All right, cool, cool. What's up, Brett? What's up? So today we're gonna be talking about I'm certified. Now what? And I know a ton of people who have been just going out the certification, going out the certification, going out the certification, and really didn't build the skills, right? And it's okay because I'm gonna show you a framework. I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do today to really just push yourself to the next level and potentially land that road that you've been wanting to land. But if you are that person, if you are that person who has just gone out the certifications and didn't really take the time to build the skills, it is fine. We're gonna help you go to the next level. All right. And if you see me going like this, I'm just checking things, just making sure everything's working properly, making sure my camera, everything is on. I look a little laggy. If I on my end I'm laggy, is that true for y'all or I'm a-okay? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. We can fix this right now before we move forward because I want to make sure y'all get the value. Thumbs up, thumbs down if I'm laggy. Thumbs up if I'm laggy. Thumbs down, like, hey. Oh, so thumbs up, I'm good to go. Thumbs down, and like, hey, you're not good to go. You still like you're laggy. Let me see what you got. I know it's a little delayed, but what we got? Come on, y'all, help brother out now. Brother out here in the ocean, no life jacket. Come on, no lag. Okay, okay, no lag, no lag. Okay, great, 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 great. So, with that being said, right? Y'all ready to get to the meat and potatoes? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready to just learn? If you got your notepad, let's take notes. Today, I'm going to try to reframe your mind so you can leave here with a new frame. This is what it's all about, just learning. I love it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me know. All right. So I'm certified now. What? Plenty of people go through this cycle, getting certified, don't know what to do next. I even have people who really come to my inbox and say, "Hey, brothers, I just got my certified cloud practitioner cert, or I got my certified solutions architect associate cert, and I'm going for my next job. I'm really going to apply." This doesn't work unless you have experience. Like you're not going to go from it's it's been rare in my career where I've seen, and I've dealt with thousands of people. It's been rare where I've seen people get their first cert in tech and then go on to you know get a job. They must be that those people were special. That company was looking for someone that they could train up. They may have needed an additional certified person on their staff so they can keep a certain tier partnership with that cloud service provider. So for instance, if they're AWS and let's say they needed a couple of more AWS certified people on their staff to reach a certain milestone with AWS and a tier so they can get certain kickbacks, certain discounts, certain whatever, then yeah, I've seen them take that person like, hey, it costs us, less to train than whatever we'll lose if we don't reach that milestone to get that tiered partnership. So I'm going to tell you like why certifications alone won't land you the job. All right. So quick story. I was dealing with a student who came into Level Up in Tech a little more than a year ago. And this person had coming from customer service. They had two professional AWS certs. They had the AWS Solutions Architect Professional certification, and they had the AWS Certified DevOps Professional certification. And they were getting interviews, right? They were getting callbacks because they had these two certifications. For some reason, they were applying to jobs and companies were entertaining. But they got into the interview and they was just telling me, like, bro, it's like, I know nothing. Like, I didn't know how to build anything. I don't know anything about Python. Like, I don't know anything about Linux. And this is the crazy thing to me. I was like, wow, we think these certifications actually, especially at the professional level, gave them the upswing, the uptick, the word I'm looking for, they got ahead of the game. They thought they were being ahead, actually hurt them more because they were getting opportunities that they couldn't take advantage of because the certifications made them the shiny object, but they didn't have the experience to move forward. Right. And this person joined the program and a bright star, very, very smart, caught on quickly, started learning, started building their project, started showcasing their work, and started really pushing themselves to the next level, really loving what they were doing and were challenging themselves, even with the advanced and complex level projects that we had. And they landed their first role after they completed the program. They got more certifications. They landed their first role, and this person is now a senior DevOps engineer. And if they didn't take a chance on themselves, really investing into themselves by challenging themselves by creating that real world experience that they needed, they probably still be in the same position, whether it's with us or whether they did it on their own, whatever the case may be. They didn't have the experience they needed. So if you're getting certified, well, first of all, let me wind this back. And it's okay if you are, right? But raise your hand if you've ever been in that situation where you have certifications and you don't have the experience or you didn't have the experience, but you thought you were good because those certs, were just so bright and shiny and you were so excited because you passed. Raise your hand. I want to see how many people on the call right now that have been in that situation. Raise your hand if you got. I'm gonna raise my hand because I got 3 certifications before, and I thought that was enough to give me a job. And I got into an interview and I knew jack shit about what they were talking about. So I'm gonna raise my hand. I'm not gonna be afraid. But if you've been in that situation or if you're in that scenario now, raise your hand. I just want to see because what I want you to know is if you're now in that scenario, if you going through trying to get certified, this is what I would do. Immediately after getting certified, I would immediately start building projects to reinforce everything that I've learned. And I will post about what I've learned and the problems that I solve with it. Matter of fact, if you want to get granular, I would even start building my projects after each module that I've done in the course. So, like, even if you're not on a certification course, if you're just on I'm just doing this Kubernetes course, after each module, build a project, or at least try to, because this is how you reinforce everything that you learn. And what you have to understand is the exposure equals experience. How do I get experience if nobody hires me to get experience, bro? Just expose yourself. Expose yourself to the technology or parts of the technology that you're scared of. And then when you go through it and you learn it, you realize it was nothing for you to be scared of in the first place. That's how you push yourself to the next level. That's how you take what you learn and apply it to how you can solve real problems, even if it's basic at first. Because believe it or not, a lot of people are scared to even take that basic step. So if you haven't done any hands on work at all, labs are cool, but how are you solving problems? That's how you start to understand, like, okay, every person in tech has to go through fire to figure out who they are. That's just what it is. Why people quit is because they don't want to go through fire. They don't want to figure out who they are on the other side. I'm just being super transparent. So you have to push yourself and get out of your comfort zone in order for you to go to the next level. You don't want to be stuck here with the solutions architect certification and you've been applying to hundreds of jobs and getting no callbacks. And the next thing you know, you're bitter or you got a nasty taste in your mouth about tech because you didn't get callbacks. And now you're saying that the market's saturated and there's too much competition. And no, it's not. People getting hired every day, B. Yes, competition is out here. People are working harder to get the same job that you want. But guess what? You're not doing yourself any favors by getting a cert and just trying to apply. Because I always tell people this. If let's say you got the cert and you got the job that you wanted, right? Oh man, I want this. I want this. People go for senior level roles after their first cert, believe it or not, because they don't know what they don't know. But let's say they got it. They got the senior level role paying 140,000. Oh man, I got the senior level role and I only had to do one cert. They wouldn't be able to keep it because they don't know what it takes to get it. They haven't done the work, so they wouldn't be able to keep it. So you have to do yourself the service of going through the motions so you can keep what you get. Right? It's not learning about how to get it, it's learning about how to keep it. So when you get that opportunity, you don't mess it up. So give me a thumbs up if I'm giving y'all some value already. I just want to make sure what I'm giving y'all is valuable to you. It's something that you want to hear. It's something that's sparking a fire. And make sure I'm y'all able to still see me and hear me. Give me a thumbs up. I just want to make sure now, because I won't be out here just talking and I'm not giving y'all the game. All right. Let me get one more sip of water. So, second step is how do we turn these labs that we're doing into resume worthy projects? All right. So here's the thing that I notice a lot is number one, we call ourselves aspiring cloud engineers, and that's cool. That's a great title that you want because you're like, well, I'm in the middle, brothers. I, I'm, I'm not a cloud engineer yet. I'm just aspiring, and I don't want to lie. We're not telling you to lie, but in order to move into a role, the saying is it's easier to move someone into a role as if they are already doing the job, right? And I see a lot of aspiring cloud engineers put basic labs on their resume that don't even align with what the customers, which is the employers they're trying to work for, they're not even solving those type of problems. So, like we see all the time, this is messages that I get all the time on LinkedIn. Hey, brothers, can you take a look at my resume and suggest what type of jobs that I'm qualified for? Just out of the blue. No one, they ain't say, hey, my name is John. Hey, my name is Susan. I've been following you. I like your content. I just want to introduce myself. They say, hey, take a look at my resume and suggest what type of cloud roles I'm qualified for. And I'll take a look at the resume. I don't suggest what type of cloud roles. I just want to see what the resume looks like. And the resume has basic projects like created a VPC in AWS or deployed an EC2 instance, or not even instance, deployed EC2, or deployed a static website with S3. Here's the thing, like y'all don't understand. As a hiring manager looking at that, or a person who's interviewed before, like how does that solve a problem for me? Like if I'm Capital One and I look at your resume, deployed EC2. How does that solve a problem for me? Okay, great. You deployed your first instance. I should give you $100,000 now. So we have to really take common business problems, like just certain things, securing file storage, automating the systems or deployments, right? Like we have to take these common problems, like, and how you do that. How do I do that, bro? How do I know what problems I should solve with my projects? Whatever job you're trying to look at or land, they have this thing called job description. And they will literally tell you what your job is going to be doing. You can take and you can learn more about the company as well. You can see what they're doing. You can research. You be like, oh my God, they using this technology to do this and that. Wow. Now you can build your projects to solve those types of problems. Or if you can't solve that specific problem because that specific problem is customized from them, then you can solve something that kind of adjacent, right? It's like it. Hey, I use Terraform to deploy a multi-tier application with the database in a private subnet, some web apps in the private subnet, and customer-facing servers in public with the load balancer. Because this is what they do at whatever company you want to work for. So even though you're not setting it up exactly how they would, because you don't know how they set it up, because you don't know what they do, you never work for them, right? You've only done your research. You can deploy things that are like similar or what you think they solving problems with, not just deploy the static website with S3. I'm looking for a job that's going to pay me $125,000 plus, brothers. And you look at and you look at their resume, deploy that EC2. Only two projects, and most of them are deploy the EC2 instance and deploy the S3 static website. And they're looking for a six-figure job. And it's mind blowing because you're not selling yourself. You're telling the company you did the bare minimum, but you want the maximum payout. So here's your framework to sell yourself. Take the common business problems, as I told you, right? LinkedIn has the job descriptions. Look at the job descriptions, research the company, see how they solve problems. And then when you solve those problems, use the cloud tools you study that matches the problems that you need to solve. So they asking for you have a deep understanding or understanding of EC2 and they solving problems with EC2, IAM, S3, whatever projects you're going to do, you're going to have those keywords in it and you're going to map it to exactly what the problem is they want you to solve. And then you're going to document how you built it and the results. Because guess what? If they ask you any questions about your experience that you put on the resume, you're going to need to talk about that. And if you don't have production level experience, then you need to have the projects to talk about. It's easy, it's easy work when they ask you about your experience and you say, yeah, I just did this and this that solves this and this problem. Matter of fact, I just documented my whole entire process about this yesterday. Let me show y'all what I've been working on. What they gonna say? Nah, 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 nah. We don't want to see what you're working on. That nah, nah. You don't have to show us that. They're not gonna say that. They're gonna say, awesome, let's check it out. And guess what the next questions in the interview is gonna be? Wow, how did you do? Tell us more about this. Step 3, when you said you did that, tell us about that error that you did. How do you resolve that? It's going to be about the projects. That's how you sell yourself. That's how you turn an interview. I swear, I'm giving y'all the game. That's how you turn the interview into talking about what you've done. Is by documenting your process and then talking about the process in the interview when they ask you about your experience. I'm preaching to somebody who needs to hear this information. Please put the gems in the chat if I'm talking to you. Because look, instead of you saying deploy EC2, you should say, I deployed a highly available web app with auto scaling and CI/CD to simulate how modern teams release software at scale. Or align it to their business problems, right? So if they want CI/CD, AWS, web apps, you could put all that in a project and put it in a bullet and say, this is what I did. And this is how the problem is going to solve. And, oh, well, tell us more about your experience with, deploying and configuring servers in AWS. Well, glad you asked. I literally just did a project yesterday where I did this and this, and this is the business use case. And this is the problem it solved. I want to show y'all my documentation and just walk you through how, I was able to get that up and running. Would you mind if I do that? No, brothers. We don't want you to do that. Don't show us your process. Don't show us your process. We don't want to see that. Who's going to say that? Who's going to say that? They're going to say, absolutely sure. Absolutely sure. Let's talk about it. And all the questions will now be about your project. You're welcome. That is, if I stop right there, if anybody was listening and take notes, that's game that if you just listen and you execute it, it would take you to the next level. That's why a lot of people get stuck in interviews, because they are scared of the questions that they're going to get asked and they're not prepared. Man, I hope they don't ask me nothing about Kubernetes. We'll do some Kubernetes projects. So when they ask you about Kubernetes, you know what? I just yesterday, you mind if I show you? Absolutely. So now it comes from a place of, and I'm preaching now, I'm I'm off topic. Now it comes to a place where they may have been looking for somebody who had, great experience in Kubernetes, but you came so prepared and your projects are so well documented and you showed what you learned in a fast time frame that they may even switch their mindset to like, hey, I know who we was looking for, but I think we found them. Like, this person's really taking stuff and learning it quickly. And they did all of this yesterday. And they're on a call right now showing us how they deployed it, the errors that they faced, how they got around the roadblocks, etc. This is the type of person that we want on our team. This is the type of person that we want working with us. Somebody who's self-sufficient, who gets it, who's not afraid to step in the documentation and try stuff. Not the person who didn't know Kubernetes, even though I know I got an interview coming up and they asking for Kubernetes. I just hope they don't. I'm scared. Hey, scared ain't gonna get you in the building. I'm just telling you the truth. Scared gonna keep your ass on that couch looking at everybody else winning and you being frustrated trying to figure out how you gonna get into tech next year and saying the same thing. I got people in my inbox that was from 2020 still asking me the same questions in 2025. Scared ain't gonna get you nowhere. All right. So, third point, what's going to help you after you certify, past the now what stages, shift your mindset from student to solution provider in the eyes of the recruiters, the hiring managers, the organizations you want to work for. All right. So, here's one of the most important things you have to understand. You have to understand, excuse me, y'all, my phone ringing, so somebody must don't know that I'm on a live. They calling me. So what you have to understand is your LinkedIn page is your landing page. When people come to your LinkedIn page, that is your site. That is your landing page to talk about what you're doing, what you've done, showcase your results, highlight your skills, brag about you. You go to people's LinkedIn page, it's empty. They don't even got a picture. They ain't got a banner. They ain't got nothing talking about what they've done, their results, their projects. Like, if you're not going to be your best advocate, how you going to expect somebody else to turn your life around and be your advocate? And you ain't even got none of this stuff on it. Like, hey, man, I want you to, help me land this high paying role. I mean, I did all these projects and stuff, but I ain't put them up. Nah, man, that ain't my thing. Well, if you're not going to advocate for yourself, how do you think somebody else going to advocate? Okay, this is like you trying to be a singer. And in this day and time in 2025, you hand me a whole drive of songs and you say, make me a star. Take me to the labels, man. I can't take you to the labels. The labels going to say, what groundwork they done? What audience have they built? What do their streams look like? What do their YouTube presence look like? Do they got a following? Are people demanding their music? Is it a demand for their music? Even locally, like even just a niche fan base. Is that something that exists for them? Nah, it's nothing. But they want $1 million deal though. Like they you listen to the songs. The songs. Listen, they don't care about hit songs. They care about what have you? Are you advocating for yourself? Are you showcasing? Like they don't want to do the discovery part, right? They don't want to go down and be like, let me do some research on this person. Nobody has time. Nobody's going to do research on you. You have to show them immediately, as soon as they get on that landing page, who you are. This is who I am. This is how I can solve your problems. This is who I am. This is who I help, and this is how I help them. We're gonna talk about that in a few. But who I am, who I help, how I help them. Immediately when they get on your page. If not, they just gonna scroll. It's keywords that's not on your page that recruiters look up. And when they look up these keywords for what their companies are looking for, you don't show up because you're not advocating for yourself. You got no picture, no banner, no projects, no history, no posts, no nothing. But yeah, you like, I want $1 million deal. I have no website, no YouTube, no following. I've done no shows. I ain't got nothing on TikTok, but my songs are fire and I deserve $1 million deal. Where they do that at? Let's make that make sense. So, right? You have to take away the aspiring cloud engineer. And we have to reformat our headline. Because when I go to your headline, I see aspiring cloud engineer, AWS solutions architect in progress. And it's okay. You don't know what you don't know, but I'm here to teach you today. Scratch the aspiring cloud engineer, because guess what? What I said was, you're not an aspiring art. Let's take this music scenario again. If you put up your website and somebody go to your website and it says aspiring artist, like, okay, if I'm a label, I'm like, well, obviously you're not it. You're not it right now. You ain't. When I go to somebody's page, if I'm a label and I got a budget of $10 million and I'm trying to find the next 10 superstars, because even if I invest $10 million and one of them blows, I get my return on investment on all 10, even if one blows. So I got $10 million. I'm trying to spend $1 million on 10 people. And I go to everybody's site and it says aspiring artist. And I go to this one person's site and it's, even though they're local, even though they haven't blown up, I go to their page, they look like they it. They got the YouTube popping, their videos professional, they songs on local radio, they've done some shows, they got TikTok engagement and content. I'm like, yo, who that? When somebody come to your landing page, you gotta be doing it. Scratch the aspiring cloud engineer. You need to tell them who you are, who you help, and how you help them. For example, I'm a cloud engineer that helps small teams and startups streamline operations using cloud-based automation, AI, and CI/CD without overcomplicating or overspending. Or guess what? You could go even more simple. I'm a cloud engineer that help businesses move from manual to automated workflows using AWS, Python, and Terraform. Who you are, who you help, and how you help them. Those keywords gonna pop up. Boop, 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 boop. Soon as recruiters start putting stuff in, keywords gonna pop up, and they gonna come to your page. Now they see who you are, who you help, and how you help them. Now they need to see the rest of it. They need to see your credentials, your accomplishments, and stuff in the banner. You got a website, whatever. They need to see that. When you come to an artist page, you're gonna see all of that. Now, here's the music. When they go to your page, they need to see published solutions to real cloud problems that their clients want you to solve. So that's like, if you're a musician, a singer, that's like me going to your site and you ain't got no music. I don't even know if you're any good. What you talking about? You talking about you hit me up talking about you the best. You want $1 million. But I go to your page, you ain't got no music. What? I don't even know if you can sing, bro. Make that make sense. You want a job that's paying 6 figures, but they come to your page, you ain't got nothing that says nothing. you know what? The market is oversaturated. I can't get a job. Of course, you can't get a job. They don't even know you. They don't even know what you can do. You can't sing, hum, or skip. Give me a minute. Let me get my water. So you're not even showing anything, showing how you fixed anything, troubleshooting, showing how you deployed anything, built something, showing the process of how you did all of that. Nothing. Diagram, no post, nothing. But you want a six-figure bag. And I'm telling you, you have to change your mindset and change your presence. It's a tough it's competition. I'm going to use the musician analogy. It's plenty of musicians out here trying to get signed, trying to make it big, right? Why wouldn't you give yourself the best shot you have? Why would you put yourself in a position where you got an opportunity that could change your life and you ain't even prepared for it? Do you think they coming back? They ain't got time to come back. They got other people who already prepared. They ain't got time. So, next step, okay? We're going to go through the steps, all right? We were talking about the three things that hiring managers look for. Let's say you got all of that and you actually get the interview. And let's say you go to the hiring manager stage, it's technical, whatever it is, right? So I was talking to one of my friends, Joe Stevens, who has hired more than, I think, 5 or 6 people from our program when he worked at SHI. But now he works with us as one of our coaches, a Linux coach as well. But he's also a field CTO for Insight. All right. And I asked him, I was like, look, man, when you hire people, right, as a junior, like if somebody's transitioning and they coming through and trying to get a cloud role and they're a junior, right? What are the top 3 things you're looking for? And he said 3 things. Well, he said 4. I'm gonna give you a bonus, but he said, I'm looking for a foundational understanding. So for the tools that we say on the job description that we want them to have as far as used, and they say they use them, do they understand those tools? All right. 2, troubleshooting process. Do they have a process of how they solve problems? If we were to give them something and something didn't work, like what is their process of trying to figure out what's wrong? Right. 3, willingness to learn. Right? If we give them something that they never seen before, where they freeze up, be like, or where they just say, hey, I'm willing to learn it. I'm willing to dive in if that's what y'all need me to do. And the 4th is a bonus, communication and collaboration. Are they scared to communicate when they're working on a team and they're scared to collaborate? One of the most important things that the company that we work with, True Stage, they hired over 11 people from us so far. And they said one of the things, brothers, that we want you to kind of just help them do is get over their fear of asking questions in the meetings, because we hired them for their expertise as well. So we want to see like what type of solutions they have. Because people were getting in the meetings and, because you're junior, you feel like you don't know anything. You feel like you may not have anything to offer. But it's actually the opposite. That's why they hired you. They ain't hired you to keep you quiet. They hired you to solve problems. Right? So you bringing an idea to the table. Hey, if it doesn't work, right? If it's like, oh no, that's not going to work, then I'm pretty sure one of the senior or architects or anybody that you're connected with on that team is going to help you understand why it won't work. And that way now you understand why that solution that you presented won't work. It's a learning scenario. But if it does, guess what? You stand out more and more and more because you're not afraid to bring these things to the table. Hey, look, once again, put your hands up if this is valuable. Like, I want to make sure that's valuable to y'all. I want to make sure I'm giving y'all the game that y'all need to hear. I want to make sure that I'm changing your mindset. Put your hands up now. Don't leave your boy hanging. Just tell me yay or nay if this is valuable, because I believe this is something that can change your trajectory of your life. Seriously. So understanding the fundamentals and foundational understanding. Can you explain foundationally what you use and how it works? Troubleshooting process. What is your process to be able to troubleshoot and figure out how to solve problems? Right? Are you willing to learn? For instance, if you're in an interview and somebody asks you a question like, "Hey, tell me more about Terraform. Your experience with Terraform." Oh, I don't have experience with Terraform. Okay, are you willing to learn it? Like some people be like, I don't have experience with that. Sorry. Or you can say, well, I don't have experience with that, but I'm pretty sure if that's what y'all need me to learn, I know I'm able to jump in, look at documentation, get my hands dirty so I can get up to speed with the team and be able to solve problems in no time. I'm super confident in that. Which one would you carry a conversation with and say, oh, I like this person? I don't have experience in that. Or the second answer. So the willingness to learn, the willingness to get your hands dirty. Some people are so scared of making a mistake, making a mistake that they don't even try. And that's not going to get you very far. That's just going to get you booted off the team because you're not contributing anything, right? You're not in the meetings talking. You're scared to do something until somebody tells you to do it because you're scared of making a mistake. That's just going to get you off. All right. Basic communication and collaboration. Those are the things he told me that he looks for. He's hired more than 5 people from our program, and those are the things I'm giving you straight from the horse's mouth. And other managers that we talked to said the exact same thing. Matter of fact, this is how I know that you know I'm telling the truth on this. I'm sure that everyone on this call has heard the exact same thing, but you probably didn't believe it because it came from somebody that you like, well, I mean, I hear him, but and your mom was like, well, it's different for everyone. They probably ain't gonna be for you. They're telling you the same thing. You ask any hiring manager that's hiring juniors, they're gonna tell you the exact same thing. Foundational understanding, troubleshooting process, willingness to learn, they can communicate and collaborate. That's the game. All right. So now, how do we build confidence and community and credibility with all the things that we've learned? All right. So the confidence part comes from consistent action, posting your work and narrating your journey. Like you need to write your story so no one else can write it for you. Like if they come to your page and you're not telling your story, you're narrating your journey, then you give them the ability to create one for you, and it may not be the one that you like, and they just like, nah, this person is this. I'm gonna move forward. That's not the right person. Whole time you could be the right person, but you ain't tell your story. When I come in here, I don't know where you going. All I see is CDL truck driver. That's it. Like, okay, so you, you still trying to be a truck driver? Like, what's going on? But he just applied to his role, but I don't see nothing about his story. I don't see nothing about nothing. All right, well, we ain't gonna call him back. Rejection letter. Then they get the rejection letter. What did I do wrong? Like, they didn't even give me no feedback because you didn't even what feedback to give? What y'all understand what I'm saying? What feedback are we going to give you? But hey, you should have had your shit together when we came to check your LinkedIn page out because that is your landing page. All these things that I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna look you dead in your eye. All these things that I'm telling you right now are things that you already knew. Maybe some of you don't know this, but most of you on this call already know this. You just ain't execute nothing yet. You trying to, oh, I just gotta do this shirt again. Let me do this course. Let me redo this course because it ain't about that. It's about like all the things you learn. Tell your story. Like build yourself up. So when we come and look at you, regardless of where you are in your journey, you make it look impressive. Maybe you're not ready yet, right? When we come and look at your page, but at least we can see where you are and be like, yo, that's dope. Let me keep an eye on that. Music, let's take it back to the musician analogy. If we come to a dope music page, and let's say they got dope content, they, have great songs that could be hit records, but they haven't built any community or following, and it's just not enough for the total package yet. We're gonna say, you know what? We're gonna come back. Because guarantee you in the next couple months, if they do the right things, they might be where we need them to be. But you ain't give yourself a chance. All right. Credibility, showing your proof of work publicly, building in public, even helping others, just giving value, even if you feel like you don't have value to give. Like that thing that you want to say on somebody's comment, and you feel like if you say it, I ain't gonna say it because it's gonna make me look stupid. Say it, give the value. You never know. That can change somebody's mindset, change somebody's life, change somebody's way that they work, their process, all of that. Document your wins. Document everything you're doing, your search, courses that you're doing. I don't care. Like, it's cool to put your courses that you complete up because it's showing your progress and you're celebrating the small wins that you're doing. Don't let nobody tell you that you putting these small courses that you complete up is a non-factor. It ain't a non-factor. It's keeping you going, showing up. They not doing nothing. So how they gonna talk about what you doing? All right. And now I want you to understand that how you build credibility, confidence, and community is you show up every day, post what you're doing, celebrate your wins, find other cloud engineers or even people that you look up to and just connect and comment on their posts, share your insights, but also join their communities. Show up in their communities. Because sometimes it's not who you know who knows you. So like if I'm in a community and I see you all the time, I see you on LinkedIn, I see you commenting on people, and I'm like, yo, hold up, this person ain't in the cloud yet, but they spit like I'm gonna notice. I notice people who have put themselves out there that hasn't landed a cloud role yet. And you know what I say? It's only a matter of time somebody pick them up. Like today, tomorrow. It's only a matter of time before they break through and get the opportunity. Because there's no way that they can continue to do all these things and not be noticed. You see those people. Follow the footsteps, follow the blueprint. Okay, this week, just document one thing you built, post it on LinkedIn. All right, use a simple format like here's a problem I face, and here's how I solved it. Or you can say, hey, you want to learn how to do X, Y, and Z? Here's how I did it. And show people. Tag people who inspire you. Don't tag 100 people because we hate that. Tag a couple who inspire you. And don't be afraid, like, hey, such and such and such. I would love your feedback on this. What are the chances you can check me out and give me some? And they probably check you out. And they might not give you feedback publicly, obviously. They'll hit you up like, hey, you dope, man. Like, that's nice. I love you. You could have did this and that, but you just start and keep going. And guess what? Now you're getting noticed. All right? You're getting noticed. So once again, I'm gonna ask y'all, was this valuable for y'all? Give me the LUs in the chat if this is valuable for y'all. I just need to know one LU, something. I want to see if this is valuable because I believe what I said today sparked a fire under someone. And I believe that with this mindset, this new mindset that you now have the tools to move forward and bet on yourself and do all the things that you're supposed to do. That's going to get you to where you need to go. Give me an LU in the chat. Let me get my water. So, okay, thank you. 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 Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invite you to check out something that I built for people just like you. All right. It's called the Cloud Accelerator Light. So let me highlight this real quick. All right. So if you've been nodding your head through this whole entire live and saying, thinking like, man, this was valuable and this is what I've been missing, then this is for you. All right. It's a self-paced program designed to help you build the real skills, complete the projects that you actually put on your resume, and get plugged into a community that holds you down. So if you're ready to start building, head over to cloudacceleratorlight.com right now. Right now. This is something that's going to shift your mindset, help you build, continue to build, and get the role that you want. All right. All you need is to continue to build momentum and start. Okay. Now, once again, let's recap. Certifications alone won't help you land offers. You got to build. All right. You need to turn those labs that you're doing into real resume worthy projects. And it's all about just solving real problems that companies want you to solve. Just looking at the job description. All right. You should shift your mind from student to solution provider. So how are you solving problems? Even when people come to your page, who are you, who you help, and how you help them? And when they look at your page, they should see how you can help them all the way. All right. The three things that hiring managers are looking for, well, four in the bonus, is foundational understanding, troubleshooting process, willingness to learn, and communication and collaboration. And then you build confidence, community, and credibility by showing up every day, posting on LinkedIn, showing your wins, collaborating, going, sh- sharing your proof of work for credibility, going and commenting and giving insight and valuable insight on other people's posts, and then showing up to the communities, finding the communities that you like and showing up every single day. And if you want something that's structured that can really help you take it to the next level, cloudacceleratorlight.com. That's what I'm inviting you to. All right. So I'm super happy that this was super valuable for y'all. All right. And I want y'all to continue to level up. Don't stop. Continue to show up, because the opportunities have to find you if you are already doing the right things. Like I told you, when people are showing up, they're sharing, they commenting, giving their insight, even if they're not in the industry yet, but they're trying to get in. I look and I say, it's only a matter of time for somebody finds you. It's only a matter of time, because there's no way that they could be doing all these things and not get noticed. There's no way. All right. So until next time, I hope to see y'all in the accelerator. If you have any questions, comment LU or reach out, DM me LU. But let's keep leveling up. I love y'all. If you missed this, you can find this on the replay on YouTube soon. All right. So let's keep doing our thing. Let's keep leveling up for 2025. All right. See y'all later. Bye.